Good morning, everyone. It is 9:45. We have a quorum. Oh, sorry. Let me start again. Les orarle buenos días to everyone in the gallery, the chamber, and the viewing public. We do have a quorum, and so I hereby call this public meeting for your committee on cannabis to order. The agenda for today's meeting was issued on June 9, and copies are provided online and in the House chamber for the viewing public. Before we make a motion to adopt the agenda, I would like to ask if there are no objections if we switch Roman numerals 2 and 3. Any objection? Okay. Now, may I get a motion to adopt today's agenda? Okay. It has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Those in favor of adopting today's agenda, please say aye. Those opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Today's agenda has been adopted. Before moving on, I would like to announce some housekeeping rules. Sorry. And introduce the members of your committee on cannabis, as well as the staff of the Legislative Bureau who are assisting us today. Please silence your phones and keep any noise level at a minimum or at least at zero level. Allow me to introduce the members of your committee on cannabis. So we have Rep. Richard Lizama representing P5 and Rep. Corina Magofnia representing P3. I'd like to also recognize the staff of the Legislative Bureau who are here with us today. Our legal counsel, Brendan Lade, the senior legislative assistant assigned to your committee on cannabis, Ms. Clarissa Sablan, will be keeping the minutes of this meeting. Our sergeant at arms, sergeants, both of them want to be here. So they're Sarge Peter Toai and Will Ogden. Our IT managers, Mr. Delbert Komatsu and Mr. Jonathan Diaz, will be recording our meeting live for the cable as well as streaming it on FB on the CNMI's legislature's page. Please be advised that even if we are on recess, our FB Live will continue streaming. We will now move to the next item on the agenda, which is public comments. I'd like to now open the floor for public comments on HB 22-78 to clarify the powers of the CNMI Cannabis Commission and make needed changes to the Commonwealth Code to support adequate development of the cannabis industry in the CNMI. I would like to ask that you keep it at 5 minutes. Please submit your typed or handwritten comments afterward to be filed. Thank you. Okay. No one for public comments. Thank you, Sarge. Let's get into the next item on the agenda, which is old business. There is only one item in this section, which is about HB 22-78. Again, to clarify the powers of the CNMI Cannabis Commission and make needed changes to the Commonwealth Code to support adequate development of the cannabis industry in the Commonwealth. Before we get into discussion, I just wanted to mention a brief history on this bill. We solicited comments from 5 agencies, of which 4 responded. Everyone is in support of the bill except for one, due to the revolving account, which we will be working on today. There are technical stuff that needs fixing also. And now, I open the floor for discussion amongst the members. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Rep Corina.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, everyone, and to the viewing public. Um, the bill itself, the amendments that are being made to the bill I'm in support of. I think we need to further discuss the additional request of the revolving account. And from my recollection in our previous discussion, I believe we, the committee members, have decided to allow for the revolving account, but we're getting some with conditions. But we're waiting on some information right now, which we should be getting in a few minutes, and then we can proceed once we get that information. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rep Corina. Any more for discussion? Yes,
Thank you,
Rep
Chairwoman.
Lizama.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Yeah, I agree. And we don't have anything yet about the revolving account. So is anyone working on that too? What changed or amended?
So right now, we're waiting on our fiscal analyst to provide
Okay,
us
thank you.
some data
Gotcha.
with regards to their expenses
Right.
last year or last fiscal year and what they were budgeted this year, and then also understand what their revenue streams
Okay.
look
Do we
like.
know what's the amount right now on the account, or does any account exist? Any existing account at this moment, or what they're trying to establish, and what's the amount that they have with the
I
cannabis?
believe from their last presentation, they had presented that they so far have received about $120,000, correct, Chairwoman? If I'm not mistaken. Versus last year, it was somewhere near 20,000. So we are trying to understand what their needs are, and determine what that percentage, if we do agree to allow them with a revolving account, what percentage that would be. And so we would need that information. Yeah.
We will wait for the fiscal analyst at this
Yes.
moment. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep Lizama. And while we're waiting for the analyst, um, let's look at some things that page 3. Um, those will be some technical changes, like the word not. I think we went over that last time on line 10. NOT should be between shall and lease, right? Shall not lease. No, not yet, because, okay. And then, what do you think of the word hemp? Since it's been considered as an agricultural thing, product, should we just keep it there or online? I'm sorry, on line 12, 11, 12. It says, shall not lease or use public lands for the purpose of establishing cannabis. And then in parentheses, marijuana or hemp. Just leave it. So hemp will not be planted on government land. And right now it's under the agriculture in Kagman. And then on the last line, 13 to 14, the Northern Islands, the lands located in the Northern Mariana Isle or Northern Islands, 13 and 14 on page 3. We are still on page 3. Says this section does not apply to existing public land leases with existing hotels or commercial builds or on lands located in the Northern Islands. That means marijuana can be planted in the Northern Islands. But this is an industry, and how can that be transported here?
Right. That would be the concern, right? Because
Yes.
even if we have a plantation going on up there, up north, they're not able to transport it here. So
Mhm.
did we get any feedback from DPL? Okay. And nothing from the AG's office for with this section for this section.
They were only concerned about the revolving account, I guess. The one that is funded.
I mean, I just don't understand how we're gonna allow growing cannabis up north if they're not able to even transport it, not even to here. So
Okay, I would like to welcome our rep, Selena Babauta. Welcome, rep. We are on page 3, line numbers 13, 14. If should we allow marijuana to be planted in the Northern Islands?
just to clarify, is it allow them to plant for a recreational use
Oh,
or?
okay, that's a good question.
It says earlier, for the purpose of establishing cannabis businesses establishing.
Oh,
Thank you, rep.
thank you for that clarification, Rep.
Yes, Rep Selena.
I was wondering, Madam Chair, did you get comments from the Northern Ireland mayor?
Oh no, we did not.
I
Should
suggest
you?
at this point we table this bill until such time we get more comments. That's a very critical
Okay, so
issue there.
okay, we're gonna table it now. So, or do you want?
I move to table this bill
Okay,
until such time we get further comments or possibly a public hearing.
public hearing. Okay, that's a good idea.
So I second it, if you move.
Okay, it's been seconded. So we close now until, huh? Oh yes. Okay. So let's vote on the motion. Let's vote on the motion that we're gonna table this until we, oops, until we call the Northern Islands or and do public hearing.
Possibly a public hearing, either or.
Okay.
And that's subject to the call of the chair.
Yes. So yeah, we can do that together.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. Those in favor? Okay. So we're gonna vote on it now, no?
Yes, yes.
Those in favor of adopting today's agenda, please. Today's motion to table this.
Say aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, please say nay. Um, the ayes have it. But before we close, can we hear from TG about the revolving fund? No, the amount. The amount. Okay, go ahead.
So this for fiscal year 2021 for both the board and the commission. And
Oh, that's
May I request for a short recess, Madam Chair?
okay. Short recess. All right, welcome back from the recess. Um, the motion was tabled. I mean, was carried to table this this bill until after public hearing. So now we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda, miscellaneous. Any miscellaneous? Okay, thank you. Next, any announcements? Okay, adjournment. Next one is adjournment.
So
Yes, oh, yes, Rep. So,
I move to adjourn this meeting, subject to the call of the chair.
second.
all right. So it has been, the motion has been seconded. Um, this motion to adjourn today, there is a motion to adjourn today's meeting. Discussion on that motion. Those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.